Hello everybody. Right, bit of an update. So I think I said in the last video we had one buyer pull out after just a week, and then we had new buyers come along. That process is still going, but the kind of whatever you want to call it, moan for the day or despair of the day. Last week my wife was getting a bit sort of fidgety. That 3 weeks had passed and we hadn't really heard anything, from solicitors. And I reassured her, having sold a number of houses over many years, this was kind of normal, and her making phone calls wasn't really necessary. Wrong. Very, very wrong. I'm so glad my wife did make that phone call, because it turns out after 3 weeks, our buyer's solicitor hadn't done anything. I won't mention the company because don't want to be sued and all that. But it's a large Swansea-based company, let's say, who have multiple solicitors. Our solicitors was given the contact details, email addresses, all those sort of things to send the buyer's pack to. And this was over 3 weeks ago. She was given that information, well, just let's say, I'm not going to mention who gives that across, but anyway, it was given to her, that information. And it turns out that that solicitor wasn't actually dealing with the purchase of our property on behalf of our buyers. Now, is it me, or am I just in the grumpy old man syndrome here? Now, I've run businesses over the decades, and always done it to my best ability. If something came across to me and it wasn't something I could deal with, a work colleague had to deal with, and same when I worked for other people, if something came across to me and it wasn't something I was able to deal with, I just handed it on automatically. Didn't even think about it. Just, oh, I can't deal with that. It's not my department, whatever. Let's give it to the person who can. But apparently in 2025, no. It just sits in cyberspace, whatever. Email goes to the wrong person. That's not for me. Oh, I'll just ignore that. I won't pass that on to the right person. Anyway, grumpy old man syndrome, back in his little pouch. So after many phone calls, emails, chasing solicitors, estate agents, etc., it would appear we are now back on track. Our solicitor has spoken to our buyer's solicitor, and she's confirmed she's had the seller's pack and everything. So the process now begins. Obviously, our concern was that this has majorly held things up. There was talk about all this being done and dusted for September. All is not lost. Our buyers do sound very keen. So they're not having a mortgage, no survey, and we were going to do this once. It's not law to have searches done, and really searches are about, are your neighbours going to have a massive extension? Is there going to be 42 houses built at the bottom of your garden? Those type things. Generally, it's not happening anyway, and most of us can even just access this ourselves on the good old internet anyway. So getting to my point, our buyers aren't having searches done, so fingers crossed everything will now go smoothly. Do like, subscribe, make a comment, etc. I dare say we might get loads of comments saying, oh, I would never buy a house without doing searches. Understand all that. It's a personal decision, but we're happy that's not happening, because maybe we will finally get out of here. Right, bye for now, everybody.